Snowflakes were falling sideways the night I met her, fast, cold, and impatient, like the universe was shaking a snow globe just to see what would happen. I was standing outside the community center, dressed in a cheap Velcro Santa suit that smelled like old fabric and crushed candy canes. My job was simple: greet kids, hand out gifts, pretend everything was merry and bright. But truth was, the holiday season felt heavier this year. And then she walked out. A woman with tired eyes, a red scarf wrapped twice around her neck, and a hesitant smile that looked like it hadn't been used in a while. She stopped in front of me, hands shoved into her coat pockets. "Santa," she said softly, almost whispering, "I don't want to spend Christmas alone." For a moment, I froze. People usually ask Santa for toys, or jobs, or second chances at love. But her voice had a tremble to it, loneliness wrapped in hope. It hit me harder than the wind. Without thinking, I replied, "Santa has already noted it." She laughed, but her eyes glistened. Not tears of sadness, just the kind that come when someone finally says out loud what they've been carrying alone. Her name was Emily. As volunteers started cleaning up inside, she stayed outside with me. She told me she'd moved from another state 3 months ago. No family nearby. No partner. No close friends yet. Her job kept her busy, but holidays were loud when you had silence at home. I listened, still wearing the Santa beard that kept sliding off. And she listened to me, too, how this was my 3rd year volunteering after losing my mom, how Christmas used to be loud and messy and full of people. We stood under the flickering streetlight, 2 strangers wrapped in the same kind of quiet. "Why did you volunteer?" she asked. "Because someone once told me," I answered, "that kindness travels farther during Christmas." She stared at me for a long second. Then she said, "Maybe kindness finds lonely people first." The unexpected twist. Before we left, I walked her to the bus stop. I felt like I should say something more, something that wasn't in Santa's script. "Listen," I started, "you don't have to spend Christmas alone. There's a neighborhood dinner tomorrow night. Free food. Good people. You should come." She shook her head. "Oh no, I just feel like an outsider." "You won't," I insisted. "I'll be there." She looked up, snow settling in her hair. "Promise?" "Promise," I said, raising my hand like I was taking an oath in a Christmas courtroom. Christmas Day. I arrived early at the community dinner, expecting to see her. But she didn't show. People came in groups, laughing, hugging, bringing casseroles, carrying kids. And every time the door opened, I looked up, hoping it was her. It wasn't. By the 3rd hour, I convinced myself she'd just been polite, that maybe she regretted opening up to a random Santa who smelled like peppermint and regret. I walked outside to clear my head. Snow again. Always snow. Then I heard footsteps behind me. "I was scared you'd be gone," she said. I turned around. She looked different today, still shy, still quiet, but brighter somehow. Like she'd made a choice that took courage. "You came," I said. I wasn't sure, but then I remembered something. "What?" She smiled. "You said Santa noted it." The emotional climax. We talked, we ate, we laughed with people we'd never met before. And later that night, as kids tore open donated gifts and someone played an off-key guitar version of Silent Night, she leaned toward me. "You know," she said, "I thought Christmas was something you needed family for. I thought if you didn't have that, you had nothing. But tonight I felt like I belonged." "You do," I said quietly. She looked down, her voice soft. "Thank you for not letting me be alone." I shook my head. "You saved me too." Her eyes lifted. "What do you mean?" I thought I was the only one walking into Christmas empty-handed. Turns out I just needed someone to talk to. Someone honest. Someone human. Her fingers brushed mine on the table. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't fireworks. It was warm. Gentle. Real. And in that moment, the noise around us softened, like the world paused to let two people breathe at the same time. A Christmas after all. When I walked her outside later that night, the streets were quiet, the snow peaceful. She zipped up her coat. So, Santa, she teased, what happens next? I grinned. Well, Santa doesn't usually make promises. But I'd like to see you again. She nodded, cheeks rosy from the cold. I think I'd like that too. I opened the door for her as she stepped into the crisp winter air. Before she left, she turned back one last time. Hey, she said softly. Thank you for reminding me that good people still exist. Emily, sometimes people just need someone to listen. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give is simply showing up. She smiled. And then, with the calm certainty of someone who'd finally found a piece of what they'd been missing, she whispered. Maybe this is the first Christmas I won't remember being alone. Sparkle's final message / uplifting ending Sparkles. And she was right. That night wasn't about romance or fate or holiday magic. It was about kindness. About two strangers who were brave enough to tell the truth. About what happens when you look at someone and say, I hear you. Sometimes, the greatest miracles aren't wrapped in ribbons. Sometimes they're wrapped in people. And sometimes, Christmas is saved by a cheap Santa suit, a cold night, and the courage to admit. No one deserves to spend the holidays alone.